Hey friends, welcome into the channel. My name is Harji, and today I'll be reviewing the Corsair LS100 Ambient Lighting LED light strips. So these are external light strips that are made to place behind your monitors and give you that more RGB control and immersive experience that ties in with the rest of your Corsair accessories like the case fans, the peripherals, your keyboard, your mouse, your headset, etc. And this video is not going to be a very long one. It's actually going to be pretty short because these light strips, in the grand scheme of things, they're just light strips, but they are very premium light strips, and there's not a lot of tech specs that I can really talk about, but I will tell you about my experience when I was installing and using these. There are some things that you guys should keep in mind if you do want to pick these up and use it for yourself. So let's get started. Okay, so the LS100 Ambient Lighting Starting Kit comes in at a pretty hefty price point of $120 US. Now, when you unbox this thing, the first thing that you see is the hub. And the hub is where you would put in your LED light strips and your power adapter, and you also have your USB ports for the cable that would connect to your PC, so you can control it via the iCUE software. Now, that's the first thing that you see, and then when you take it out, you also get the 5-volt AC adapter. You also get the USB cable to mini USB for your PC, and then you also have an extension kit, or extension cable, for the 3-pin connectors in case you need more length on the cables to reach the hub, depending on where you place the hub behind your monitor, which I'll show you guys all about that later. And you also get the magnetic adhesive pieces in this little bag. This is where you would pretty much stick your light strips onto your monitors, how you attach it. And then you also have the cable clips for management to keep your cables nice and neat, because when you have all of these light strips going on behind your monitor, you will have all these cables running around, and you do want to keep them nice and tidy as possible. And lastly, of course, we do get the lighting strips themselves. The starting kit gives you a total of 4. You get 2 long ones at 450 millimeters with 27 addressable LEDs inside them, and the shorter ones are 250 millimeters with 15 addressable LEDs inside them. And both of the light strips are covered and made with a silicone diffuser. So they're very flexible, very bendable, and with the starting kit, you are meant to use it for a single monitor setup. So the 2 long ones, of course, go on the top and bottom side of the monitor, and then the 2 shorter ones go on the left and right side of the monitor. And you can get an extension kit for it, for both the long ones and the short ones, in case you have a dual monitor setup or triple monitor setup, or however many monitors you have. The 450 millimeter extension kit runs you about $40 US, and then the 250 millimeter, the shorter ones extension kit, runs you about 30 bucks. And here's some information about the hub. So the hub has 2 channels. If you use one channel, then you can have up to 138 LEDs attached to it. So basically, if you remember what I said about 27 addressable LEDs in the long strip and then 15 addressable LEDs in the short strip, well, you can link as much as you want up, as long as they add up to 138 if you're only using a single channel. But if you're using dual channels, both of them, then you can have up to 192 LEDs altogether. As for the iCUE software part of things, there also isn't very much to it. If you're familiar with using the lighting node, there's multiple channels, and you would essentially set which channel you're using, tell it whether it's a single monitor, dual monitor, or external lighting strip, and then you would just go ahead into your tabs, hit the plus button, and then it'll give you a lighting effect that you can pretty much choose from, and then add it to your library and just change it however you want. So yeah. Now, if you do happen to get the LS100 to, stay in position the right way and get it all set up, it should look something like this. And the LS100s also can stay on even when your computer is off. It could get powered by that external source from that 5-volt AC adapter, as I showed earlier in this video, and you can turn it on or off just like a regular light, regular LEDs. So not only does it have that external source, it can also be synced internally with the iCUE software. So yeah, there's a lot of utility and options to the LS100 lighting strips, and that's essentially what you're paying this premium price for. On top of that, you can also make the LS100 lighting strips go with the beat of the music, the movie that you're watching, pretty much dim down or light up however, based on the whatever is on your display, and also change colors and change the rhythm of the lighting based on what game you're playing. Now, I didn't get a chance to set that up and show you guys. I think that takes a little bit more time that I didn't really have. I'm kind of on a busy schedule right now, but yeah, it does have that feature. Just want to let you guys know. Okay, I want to talk about the placement of the hub behind your monitor. Corsair recommends that you put it in the bottom corner so it's easier to access when you want to reach around and hit the button to turn it on or off. However, my issue with it is that when you put it in the bottom corner, you get the two thicker cables, the power cable and the USB cable hanging down from the edge, and that's much harder to hide and cable manage if you don't want it in sight. So the other option is to put it in the top corner, and that just means that you have to reach farther up in order to access the power button, or you can move it closer to the middle of the monitor, but that also means that the reach is much farther and you might accidentally risk knocking down one of your light strips again because of how poorly the magnetic strip adhesive works in terms of holding onto the strips. Now, with the tech specs out of the way, I'm going to talk about the installation and my user experience. So installation is pretty easy. It's just a light strip with magnetic adhesives, pretty straightforward, not hard to figure out. But it was at the same time not very convenient. I'll explain what I mean. So when you put these magnetic adhesives on the back, it's really the fact that they don't work very well. They do stick in the back of your monitor, like in terms of the adhesive side, but the magnetic side of it, where like it actually attaches to the light strip, it slides around a lot. It's not very secure and stable. So because of the light hub, the lighting hub that you put in the back of your monitor that connects everything, at least that's where it's meant to be placed. You sometimes have to reach around the back and hit the button on the hub to turn it on or off. And when you reach around the back, sometimes if you're not careful, you can actually knock one of your strips down, and it's because it's not fully secure. So that's pretty much what my thoughts are on the LS100. Would I be able to recommend this? Yes, if you want something like this to tie in all of your lighting controls into one software, yes. But I would highly recommend looking into another adhesive solution. For example, get double-sided 3M tape and pretty much just stick that the lighting strips onto the back of your monitor on both sides, so that's not sliding around, you don't accidentally bump into it and it just falls off. Yeah, so that would be my recommendation to it. Now, before I wrap up this video, I just want to thank Corsair for sending out the LS100 to me to be able to cover and review for you guys. And I also want to thank you guys for taking the time to watch my content, because your time is very valuable. And also let me know in the comments below whether you think the LS100 is worth it or not, if you would use it in your desktop setup, and thumbs up for the video if you enjoyed this review, and please subscribe to my channel because that really helps. And as always, I will catch you in the next one. Peace.